Hey, how are you going today? Thank you so much for joining me today. We are going to be looking at equivalent fractions. Equivalent, what does that word mean? It means the same. So when we are thinking about equivalent fractions, we are thinking about a fraction that is the same size. To do that, I'm going to think about this fraction here. How many pieces do I have? I've got 2 pieces. How many pieces would it have been cut into? 3 pieces. So that's my fraction at the moment. When I'm thinking about equivalent fractions, I'm thinking about cutting it into pieces, which means I'm multiplying it. So I'm going to be looking at multiplying the top and the bottom of my fraction, the numerator and the denominator. It has to be but exactly the same. So I'm just getting a few more magnets here. So if I'm looking at what a third looks like, if I've got a whole piece, it's cut into 3 pieces like I've done, but I want to multiply it. I want to change it and cut it into 6. Because of that, what am I timesing the denominator by? I'm timesing it by 2. Because each of my pieces are going to fit 2 pieces on it. And that's why I'm timesing it by 2. So that means this third has got 2, this third has 2, and this third has 2. So that, because if I go 2 times 3, that is 6. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's what it would have been cut into. How many pieces do I have? Well, I've got 1, 2, 3, and 4 pieces. Because I times the bottom by 2, so I times the top by 2. Because all it's saying, each of my pieces was cut into 2 pieces, so I'm multiplying it by 2. So 2 over 3 is the same as 4 over 6. I could have done it times it by any number if I've got a half. And I like to times it by 3, make it to cut it into to cut each of the halves into 3 pieces. That's all that's happening. Each of my pieces are cut into 3 pieces. So looking at the 2 halves that I have, if each piece is cut into 3, I've got 3 plus 3. 3 plus 3 equals 6, which is 2 times 3. And I only had a half, so how many do I have there now? I've got 3 pieces. 1 times 3 equals 3. So it doesn't matter what we times it by, it's just whatever I do to the numerator, I must do to the denominator. Okay, I'm going to rub this off and put a fraction up here for you. I would like you to have a go. You can draw the picture. Yeah, I want you to show me different ways and different equivalent fractions that you can show me for 4 over 5. I'm going to pause the video, have a go, and then I'll show you different equivalent fractions for 4 over 5. Okay, so remember what we said, the rule is whatever we do to numerator, we must do to the denominator. So that means I'm needing to pick a number that I'm going to need to multiply by. I'm going to multiply this by 2. 2 times 4 equals 8. 2 times 5 equals 10. I could have picked 4. 4 times 4 equals 16. 4 times 5 equals 20. Doesn't matter what I pick, but as long as I'm multiplying the numerator and denominator by the exact same. Hope you're understanding that, and I'll see you for the next lesson.